In this video, we are going to look at making a new page for us to direct to. Before that, I want to show you one last CSS trick. In the previous video, we indicated that both the active and the hover page should have the same coloring. We can see that these two lines of code are the same. One trick you can do if the code you're applying is the same to two different things is you can do a comma like this and add the second thing. So since the thing I'm hovering over and my active page are the same, I can use the same CSS there. So this comma says apply it to the first thing and the second thing. If you save this and refresh, it's still going to work as it should. So just a little trick to save us some code there. Okay. So far, fine. And now what can we do next? We got to make a page for these sites. So let's go ahead and make an about page. We'll go to our File Explorer. Let's make a new file. Let's call this about.html. Let's go ahead and start populating this. We're going to use our home page. You can use a home page. You can use the template as well. I'm going to use the home page for now. I'm going to copy everything. Control A, Control C, paste it in the About page, and cut out the things that are not part of the About page. So I don't care about the intro, that's going to go away. I don't care about the outer box, that was like the hours and locations. All I want is the CSS and the menu, because I want the menu to exist on both pages. If I save this, I can now open up the About page. So basically the same thing. I'm a little zoomed out here, but the About page also has a menu like the home page. Okay. So let's change a few things. Notice that with the home page, we had the active class set to Uptown Coffee. For our About page, we want the About to be the active. So I'm going to take this class here and remove it, and then paste it in the About page, inside the anchor's opening tag. If I save this and run it here, now the About page is highlighted. And it's working as it should because we're referencing the Navbar CSS and the homepage CSS. Even though we have a new web page, we can still use those old CSS files. They still apply. They can be linked to any new page we want. So in making this new page, we don't need to go back and make new CSS. We can use what we have already. Okay, with that in mind, why don't we just put a header here just to give us something to work with. I'll do a div. I'll call this ID. This is the About intro. I'm just going to do a header, just call it About our store, our shop. Okay. So just kind of setting it up. We'll worry about filling this out later on. But the last thing we want to cover in this video is how to link between these two. Right now, to get between the two, I had to go and open the file separately. But I want to be able to link to the other one. Let's start with the home page. So for the home page here, we have our menu, and we have these hrefs, these links. Where should I go to? When I click this, what should happen? Let's link to the About page. We've seen with hrefs, you can write URLs like Google or whatever, and it will take you to Google's website. But we also have our own web pages, the About and the Homepage. You can link to those as well. If you just start typing About, you'll see it pop up. Click Return, you'll see it show up here. Save it, and let's see. If I refresh my page and hover over the About here, if I click this, now it takes me to the About page. You can click back, try it again. Others don't work, but the About page will send us there. When I click the Uptown Coffee, it's not going to send me back because I need to put that link in there. So for the href here, I'll do Uptown or sorry, we called ours homepage, homepage.html. Save this. We're going to notice a mistake. So if I go here, I click the About, and then click the Uptown Coffee, it doesn't do anything. That's because I've only changed the menu in the home page. You have to do the same thing in the About page as well. We only fixed the links here in the home page. So that means when we go to the About, none of these links are working. So let's add them in here. Home page, and then on the About page. Save it, everything's saved up, and now we should be able to go between them. I'll click Uptown, it brings me back here, and click About, it brings me back here. You'll notice too the URLs are going to change. We can see here that we have these URLs that are our file paths, and if I click Uptown Coffee, it switches to that. If you literally wrote About here, you can direct that way as well. Okay, so that's a rundown of how we can add in a link so we can actually use our navbar. In the coming sections, we'll kind of start fleshing out some of these pages here and adding some more content.